Hi guys, this is the modified short story test for English. Please put your name. First question. Please make sure these are the same questions that you're seeing. Usually Mrs. PK will shuffle the order, so sometimes the order gets messed up. So just make sure the question I'm reading to you is the one that you're on. The first question. In the interlopers, the word interloper means someone who interferes where they are not wanted, someone who helps others whether or not they want it, or wolves. How does the tree in the interlopers affect the plot? It provides a funny moment. It shows how bad the storm is. It forces the men to address their feud. In the happy man's shirt, what was wrong with the king's son? He couldn't find a wife, he was unhappy, or he wanted new clothes. Which characteristic would best describe the grasshopper in Ant and the Grasshopper? Careless, organized, or forgiving? How does Darcy's wife affect the plot? She warned a feather-brained bird that Nag was going to kill him. She warned Ricky Ticky that Nag was going to kill him. Or she draws Nagaina away from her babies in the melon bed. What was the moral of Aesop's fable, Ant and Grasshopper? Slow and steady wins the race. The value of an object depends on whom you ask. Or in good times, prepare for when the bad times come. In Rikki Tikki Tavi, what do Nagaina, Darcy's wife, and Teddy's mother all have in common? A desire to protect their child or children, a fondness for Rikki Tikki, or a violent nature. Which of the following is the central idea of Rikki Tikki Tavi? Teddy receives a pet mongoose for his birthday and they grow up together. Rikki Tikki gets into a major conflict between the snake Nag and his wife Nagaina. Teddy discovers a garden that his uncle has kept locked up and abandoned for 10 years, which has run wild and is choked with dead or dying weeds. What is the overall theme of Happy Man's shirt? You can't buy happiness, it comes from within. You cannot give your happiness to someone who doesn't want it, or rich people aren't happy people. What is the advice of the author? What is the advice of the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens about how to remain in control and not be rude back to someone who is rude to you? Act before you think, quickly blurt out what is on your mind, or push the pause button. According to the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, what tools are in your toolbox? Measuring tape, compass, painter's palette, and a hammer, a pause button, and a proactive mindset, or self awareness, conscience, imagination, and willpower. Which type of fiction usually includes personified animal characters and a given moral at the end? Realistic fiction, traditional fables, or short stories? Read the following sentence. To avoid more conflicts, Britain issued the Proclamation of 1763. In this sentence, what does the word proclamation mean? Hint, see the prefix pro. A forward demand, in demand, or after demand. Read the following sentence. We know microorganisms are able to live on rocks in Rio Tinto. In this sentence, what does the word microorganism mean? Remember the prefix micro. Life beings, good beings, small beings. In Homeless to Harvard, Liz came from a home that was disadvantaged. Which of the following disadvantages did she experience? She lacked food and warm clothes, she was addicted to drugs, or she lost her sister to drug addiction. In Homeless to Harvard, Liz Murray took many steps to be proactive and successful. Which of the following sentences from the text best supports this idea? Liz says the impact of that loss became a turning point in her life. Despite dismal grades, Liz was accepted at the Humanities Preparatory Academy, or Liz has learned from her experiences and she makes good use of the lessons. According to the passage, cobras are known for their intimidating looks and deadly bites. Which sentence from the passage best supports this idea? Cobras are famous for their use by snake charmers because they respond well to visual cues and are spectacular appearance. This cobra causes thousands of deaths each year in India, where it is guarded with religious awe and are seldom killed, or contrary to folklore, cobras will seldom attack unprovoked. Read the following sentence. Because Mars seemed to have canals, it must also have beings like ourselves that constructed the canals. In the sentence, what does the word constructed mean? Know the prefix con. Take apart a structure, with structure, or sent structure. The animals in Rikki Tikki Tavi have thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that are very similar to humans. What is the literary technique called? Mood, tone, or personification? And the last question. Read the following poem. Green is the rhythmic chirping of crickets, the way a pickle pinches your tongue, and the dentist's fluoride treatments. Green is mold and jealousy, and the velvet stretch of a golf course. Green is having the flu in math class. Green stains the seat of your baseball pants, paints a forest of pine trees. Which line of poetry shows personification? Line 1, line 2, or line 3? Now you are going to have part 2, which is a written response.